Yeah, it should be a nice, cool feature that we added for you guys. Anchorman. Be more interactive and work together as a unit. So OLB getting a nice run today so far from 6 all the way up to 12. Who knows how far this thing can go, but thing that kind of worries me a little bit looking at that daily chart, if you look back, there's a big gap up and a big long upper wick. So the chart is telling me on the daily that OLB, it likes to have a good morning run and then it likes to give back all of its gains the last part of the day. So I don't know if OLB is going to continue, but I'm trying to look at the positive side of it. It's got really, really, really good volume today. Like we just talked about, already at 150 million volume on the day, and market's only been open for 2 hours. I believe it's got a catalyst. Pull this over. So right here, OLB Group announces support for MasterCard cryptocurrency processing. That's pretty good. And then I believe Bitcoin is up today as well. Last time I just looked at the option scanner, Mara and Riot were running. So yeah, Bitcoin, it's up today, 2,580, 4%. It's up to 64,000. And then we also know cryptocurrency is hot right now because if you know Discord, when cryptocurrency starts to heat up, all the scammers and spammers want to come out and send everybody messages to join their cryptocurrency pump and dump room with their fire 10,000, 15,000% runners that they can dump on you. Looks like it was a big runner as well on, what was that one? CAR? Where is it at? Yeah, CAR. Look at this one. From $175, it ran all the way up to $550 pretty much. So that's a pretty much a $400 run, all within the first hour and a half of the market open. That's wild. UA, this was trying to set up. Nice wedge here. Stalled out at 2250. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 straight green days on UA here. Nice gap up and explosion on it. OCGN still holding trend. This is in day 4. After breaking out from this 950 level, running non-stop, hitting $16 today. Good run on OCGN. This still has not blown its top yet. But keep in mind how quickly OCGN can crumble. Look back right here. Look at how fast this crumbled from 13 down to 11.50, hammered down to $10, all the way down to 8. That was a nasty day right here. So once this trend breaks, this thing's going to crumble hard. Slap a trend line right on that. This trend is getting pretty steep. So right now your trend is up at that 15. This can pull all the way down here to $15. You don't want to see it fall down below that. Even follow this yellow EMA here. I've traded one stock and one stock only today. Pull it up here. I traded OLB. I'm up $1,600 on the day. So OLB, way back earlier here at around 10 a.m. I messaged you guys in the Discord and said OLB, it's not done yet, as it was pulling back here just below $9. And as soon as this started to surge up and push up over 9, I knew it was time. I got in on this, started to rifle up near that $10, locked in my profits. I'm good for the day. All it takes, guys, remember, one trade to make your day. Just patiently wait for that trade. That's what it's all about. So yesterday, this is how locking in your gains add up. Yesterday, what do we do? Came in, made profit, walked away up on the day $1,000. Come in today, Tuesday, OLB pops up, place our trade, up $1,600. So far, we're only 2 days into the new month and 2 days into the week. We're already up $2,600. That's fantastic. I used to have to work 2.5 weeks to make that type of money. So singles add up. We keep this up, $1,000 a day. That's $5K in a week. You just made your whole salary for a month in a 1 week in the stock market. Just by showing up, putting in a couple hours a day. That's it. Best job in the world. So we'll see if any other opportunities pop up. I'm going to keep my broker open. We are approaching lunch hours, though, as it's about to be hitting noon. So lunch hours, I typically don't like to hang around and trade lunch hours. As things die off, you'll fall into some fake breakouts. NVTS, this isn't done yet. This is a newer IPO, getting a nice run today from 13.50 all the way to 16, getting a nice pullback to VWAP. This could pop right back up to 15.50 probably. We can keep our eye on BTTX. This thing's getting hammered. So from $28, it's got beaten down pretty much non-stop all the way to $11, $12. Keep an eye on this one. You could see a nice momentum bounce on it. And a potential bounce on this, we're not looking at a few cent bounce on this. We're talking dollars. This can run back up to 16, 18, 20 when it decides if it wants to bounce. So remember, just because stocks pull back doesn't mean they have to bounce. But we'll keep eyes on them for if they do bounce. We know the potential of these bouncers. BKKT, this is what I'm talking about right here. Perfect example. Right here it ran all the way up to 50 bucks. And from 50 it got hammered all the way down here to $34. Now from 34, look at how effortlessly this thing ripped up $4 from 34 to 38. That's a good $4 rip there. Yeah, about 40 bucks. BKKT can run up to. GMBL running from $6 to $8. That's a good $2 move. NV, I think I talked about it already. NVTS. Yeah, that was a good one. HYRE got a good run. Real quick. From 7, this thing ran all the way up to almost $10. It's a $3 run right there. DWAC getting a nice rip on it and momentum of BKKT. WBX 1650 all the way up to 1750. This did dip down yesterday though. 1580 from 1640 down to 1580. Nice little gap up this morning. Super light volume on it though. Look at that, all the way up to 40 bucks, BKKT. Just goes to show you can spot and call out where these stocks can run up to. Yeah, this is probably what's going to happen on OLB. They're going to linger it around at this $12, and then it's going to death candle all the way down to 9. Be careful with this one. I don't like how it's just lingering at 12 at its highs. SBEA, this could get a nice bounce on it, let it level out. Keep it on the back burner. But as it's 12:05 p.m. right now, I'm probably not going to touch anything till power hour. That's if I see another opportunity come along. And you guys, we see so many people come and go in this game. It's unreal. It's really unreal. The potential, how easily people give up. They just want to come into this, make fast, quick money. They just want alerts. They want to follow trades, when to buy, when to sell. They don't want to actually educate themselves and learn this game and learn to fish for themselves. I'm telling you guys, if you dedicate yourself to this game and not even worry about making money for the first couple years, it's going to pay off in dividends down the road. Unreal opportunity out here. Look at that. CAR, $180 to $550, all within an hour and a half. It runs up almost $400. That's life-changing moves right there. Can also be super risky. You don't know what you're doing. You're chasing after that. Huh. Awesome, Calcine Viper. That's what's up, man. I bet you made a killing on that. No, I didn't trade CAR. That's out of my price range. Stocks over $100, I don't really all my scanners and screeners, they're set up to not even pick up stocks over $100. Because one, I don't trade options. Two, that's a lot of money to put up to trade these types of stocks. I'm perfectly fine trading my garbage penny stocks, mid cap stocks. Like I said, the only thing I traded today was OLB. This was all I traded today. I'm up 1,600 on the day. So, really good start to a new month. Yesterday we locked in 1,000. Today 1,600. It's 2,600 to start the month and the week. I like it. OCGN was my winner again. Yeah, OCGN. This thing's been trending non-stop. It's still holding trend. So this thing could keep going, but just be careful. Because once it starts crumbling, look at how fast this thing can crumble. This stock was free falling $2, $3 and running into halts when it was crumbling on this day. So always while you can, no one ever went broke locking in profits along the way. So pay yourself as the stock pushes up. So if you're in the market right now, let's say from 11:30 a.m. to about 1:30 p.m. So 2 hours from 11:30 to 1:30. If you're in the market and you're looking to trade or you're wanting to trade, I try and preach and teach to you guys. Be careful, it's dead lunch hours. Everybody's off at lunch. Nobody's around really trading lunch hours. Everybody shows up. Even the business people with big money, they have their regular jobs. They show up for that market open. They hang around for like an hour to take advantage of these volatile movers like OLB. And two, you see it on a lot of charts. They'll have a big rip in the morning, and then they'll consolidate and go sideways for the next 3-4 hours. And then power hour comes around, and then everybody's watching to see if it continues pushing up higher, or is it going to crumble and fall apart. Trading lunch hours, it leads to choppiness. You got your algos taking over. They're trading, they're placing trades, fractions of pennies, fractions of a second, in and out buying. It can get pretty sloppy trading lunch hours. BKKT trying to set up a wedge here at 37.50. Break over that 39. I think it pulls all the way back down though to 36. Daily chart's got a good setup on it. OLB looked crazy. No, this morning I seen a lot of strength in OLB. Pay attention to the hints the stock is telling you. From 650, it got a good run to almost 950. That's a $3 push right there. It pulls back, and look at it, how much volume is flowing into it every 1 minute. On average, around 1 million every minute volume is pumping into this stock. That's a lot of volume pumping into this every 1 minute. The float on it is only 4.5 million. That's a pretty low supply of something. So you got 4.5 million is the supply. And every 1 minute, you got around 1 million piling into this stock. Put it together. They're flowing through that supply and eating through it like it's nothing. They're rotating that float pretty much every 5 minutes. They're rotating that float. Makes sense? And OLB from $8 runs up $4 a share to 12. By the end of the day, OLB will probably be near 225 million in volume on the day. That's half a quarter billion in volume in a day. That's insane. Insane for a small cap stock and a low float stock at that. So remember, keep it simple. It's that simple. But people like to overcomplicate things because it's the easy thing to do. For instance, throw in all of these unnecessary indicators. MACD, RSI. You need the way I look at it, something like using like an RSI, relative strength. It's telling you when a stock is either overbought or oversold. To me, all I got to do is simply look at the chart. If it's up at its highs, I already know it's overbought. If it's down near its support, it's oversold. It's just common sense. So I don't need an indicator to tell me if something's overbought or oversold when all I got to do is simply look at the chart. I heard somebody say that one time when I was new and starting out. Word for word, exactly what I said. just said, and that's always stuck with me. That's why I've never cared for RSI or any of these indicators. Yes, sir, Calcine Viper. I'm still here. Good to see you're still here as well. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. Remember, one day at a time. We're not going to let one trade take us out. Oh, let's check back. What did I just say on BKKT? Told you it was probably going to pull back down near 36. NETE, this thing could really get up and going. Up over 11. That's when it could really start running. Top options. Let's see. I like to see where option volume is at. Looks like a lot of the options volume is in on Mara with the November 21st calls. Hut and BTBT. Mara. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful breakout there. That's a beautiful textbook pattern right there. This is how you guys study these charts and get better. Draw your lines out, take snapshots of these charts, break them down, study them, because history will repeat. From 53 to 62. That's a $10 run to the upside on Mara. All you simply had to do was monitor and track Bitcoin. Because anytime Bitcoin runs, Mara and Riot, RIOT, and NETE sometimes, they'll follow with Bitcoin. Watch for BTTX to get a good snap on it. Brother, do you make your trade live? No, I don't trade live. I'm not calling out entries and I'm not calling out exits. I'm not about that. That's how you get a lawsuit on your ass. Some idiot goes all in on something that you call out, and then they have it documented proof that you called it out when to buy, when to sell. They got you by the balls. No, thank you. That's why everybody puts up a disclaimer before every one of their videos where they talk about and mention, before we begin, guys, I got a disclaimer. Day trading and stock market, very risky if you don't know what you're doing. You could lose everything if you don't manage your risk. Yeah, BTTX, this thing got hammered down pretty hard. This gets up and going. It could be a nice little bounce opportunity on it. Set some alerts and yeah, that was a good call on VRAR, Frank. Nice move from 1350 to 1750. That's what I'm talking about. Learning to fish for yourself. And then you're the one pulling in the profits on your own. That's what it's all about. That's where you feel the best about yourself. When you yourself are able to see the potential in these setups, pull the trigger yourself, make money on your own plans versus having to rely on somebody to make that money for you, you know? All the hard work you guys put into this, and once you start getting good on the at this and you start understanding these charts and you're breaking them down, and you see the potential and the opportunity in these setups day in and day out because it's what you've studied. You pull up BTTX. What's popping besides CAR? We had OLB go on a good run. And just as I told you guys, it was a super risky play. It was probably going to stall out at 12. Slam all the way down to 9, I said. It slammed all the way down to $10. This is gotta hold up above $9. If it falls down below 9, it's over with. So OLB, you know what's been heating up, Sully? DATS. This bad boy's been, there's been some accumulation going on at $8. And then SBEA, this was the #1 stock gapping up this morning, but there could be a nice bounce on this one. And then BTTX. This got hammered down, but it's setting up for a nice potential snap on it. Badass somehow lost another mil today on it somehow. Who needs to chill? This market getting dangerous. Good luck. Yeah, it is. Badass, he'll be aight. He always pulls through. And look at that. OCGN. I told you guys, lock it in while you have it. Sell into strength. Look left on the chart. You can see history repeat itself over again. Once that trend breaks, everybody dumps it. All you gotta do, it's that simple. Look left. What do they do? Here goes CAR to get a good rip on it. Back up to 400. I'm not touching this fucking stock. Risky. That's the, that as his biggest loss of his career. I could have sworn I've seen bigger losses from him. Damn, look at Sava. Yeah, Sava could go on a good run. AMD, that guy yesterday who was talking about it, still pushing up on you. That's good. By RE to 8. I made this a couple weeks ago. Look at that. That's what happens if you don't manage your risk. Just blindly follow people's trading and you don't take this seriously and you don't respect the stock market. Go follow Wall Street bets. Blow up that account. As I say, respect this game or you'll end up in the graveyard. Respect the game. BKKT all the way down to 36 bucks, bouncing right up off of it. That was a good one. Got the potential. 36, probably about, I'd be safe and say 42. That was wild on OCGN. 1522 all the way down. 1275. That's a $2.50 death candle. Boom. A lot of madness going on right now. XELB struggling at that $2. You also have that 200-day moving average at $2. $1,000 account, I think I need to stop looking at $2 stocks and up it to $5 to $10. It's all about your approach to the stock market. Man, $1,000. That's hard. That really is hard. You're only gonna be really battling yourself back and forth. You're limited on how many times you can trade in a week. And pretty much every trade, you're going to be putting up all that money into a trade. And you're going to have unrealistic expectations. So trading a $1 stock and you buy 1,000 shares, you put up your whole account, that stock falls 10 pennies. That's a $100 loss, and that's 10% of your portfolio. That's rough, man. You're gonna be battling a lot with yourself. That's just pure honesty there. You're gonna have those unrealistic expectations of trying to make $250, $300, $400 with $1,000 account. That's unreal. It's a lot of risk, a lot of reward with every trade you're trying to take, and you run into that one bad trade, it's going to blow you up and it's going to kill your confidence. Take it one day at a time, and if you're a part of the master classes that I've been putting out, we're already on class 10 right now. We talk about the leveling system. So that's your best bet. Look at OLB freefall now, down to 9. You gotta think differently than everybody else. Have to. Statistics say, what was it? 85% of Americans live check to check. And when most people get involved in the stock market, they're putting up money that they can't even afford to lose. So someone comes in, they're living check to check, they open an account, a $2,000 account. That's their savings. And they can't afford to lose that. So every trade, they're going to be trading scared. And they're only going to be battling themselves. It's real talk. That's why they say whenever you open an account and put money into an account, that's money you can afford to lose, no problem. You should have money in the bank stacked, debt paid off. It's a lot easier on yourself. And people come into this and people are going to leave out right now out of this stream because they just don't want to hear it. It's the truth, though. You're going to have so much stress on your shoulders. Someone who comes in, they tell themselves, I got to make at least $100 a day to pay my bills. Like, why are you putting that stress on yourself? So you're going to show up every day and you're going to force trades. Sometimes there's no trades for the day. So you got to patiently wait. And when you have stress like that of making $100 a day, you have to make $100 a day. You're just going to slowly beat yourself out of the game. Stock market is a big, big, big mental game. It's all about your preparation and your approach at this, the game plan that you lay out. And it takes time to see that and realize that over the course of your career. Yeah, Roy lives. SBEA, we've been watching it for a moment for a potential nice snap to the upside. Gearing up. You can use trailing stops or hard stops. I don't use physical stop losses because I feel market makers can see all that and they'll wick it down, take you out, and then bring it right back up. I like to use mental stops. And I like to give stocks room to breathe. So I'm not a real cheap ass with my stop losses. So if I get in on a stock at $1, I'm not putting my stop loss at $1.99 or $1.95. I'm going to give that stock room to move and breathe. Like I teach and preach, I like to focus my trading around psychological levels. Every 25 cent, 50 cent, 75 cent, $1. And I base my technical analysis around psychological levels on a chart. Like SBEA here, like $11 is support. I'll focus on that. Versus somebody else, they're overcomplicating it and they're playing it to the T, saying, no, dude, $11.10 is support. That's support, not $11. $11.10 is support. That's not the way I look at these charts. We all look at these charts differently, all of us. So it's all about your approach, the way you look at these charts, and where you see opportunity. We all look at these charts differently, and we're all going to see opportunity in places where other people don't see opportunity. Some people see opportunity in a stock that just trades back and forth in a range from 12 to 1150. They see opportunity in scalping it just back and forth in this channel as it consolidates. Just buying, selling back and forth in this channel. Some people see opportunity when stocks run all the way back up to its highs and try to break over high here and they're buying for that breakout. Some people see opportunities when stocks retrace and then they get a bounce. So someone would be waiting for this to consolidate and then start breaking for that bounce play after this sell off here for a nice potential bounce on it. There's all different types of ways you can make money trading. There's all types of different strategies. It's just all about going to whatever you feel comfortable. Some people, they don't feel comfortable trading stocks that rip like CAR. They don't feel comfortable trading stocks like that. They don't feel comfortable trading a stock that is halting up non-stop like that. Some people don't like or feel comfortable trading stocks that explode to the upside $3. These fast moving stocks, they can't think fast enough and put together a plan because things happen so fast, they get overwhelmed and they freak out. They feel a lot more comfortable putting together plans and trading slow moving stocks like Ford, for example. They feel they can manage their risk a lot better. They're comfortable and it's a lot less stress free holding on to something that's moving pennies at a time. That's what it all revolves down to. Like we've talked about before, I could tell you guys my number one trading strategy that consistently makes me money every single day, and I guarantee majority of people will screw it up and consistently lose money with that strategy because I know my characteristics and I myself developed that strategy because it's based on who I am as an individual, right? So somebody else, they could totally screw it up. They could get freaked out when a stock pulls back $1. And if it's my trading strategy and it does that, I'm completely comfortable because I still see my plan or my strategy playing out. That makes sense. Go for it. Go with whoever you feel most comfortable with. There's a lot of communities out there and a lot of gurus. Always go for who think is the most beneficial. 1 p.m. Got 3 hours left before the market closes. Everything across the board's just been fading out. Look at that. OCGN crumbled hard. There's a lot of selling pressure going on with that name. Yeah, so nothing's going on right now. Everything's dead. It's dead lunch hours. I've only traded that one stock, OLB. And I'm perfectly content if I don't trade anything else. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna close it out just to lock it in. No one ever went broke locking in profits. Remember that. I know it can get discouraging seeing everybody make profits, have a good time, laugh, while you're over there consistently struggling. But you gotta think the people that are consistently pulling in profits, it's like the iceberg effect. People see their success now, but they didn't see all the struggle that they went through to get there. It's a long road to get there, but once you get there, it's worth it. Like I say to you guys all the time, it took me 2.5 years of just losing nonstop, blowing up accounts to finally understand the game. But I just did not quit. I would lose and lose and lose and lose. Multiple times I wanted to quit. Hell yeah. But I just didn't quit. I told myself, I'm gonna get this. It took me 2.5 years, but I finally got it. Long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. You got that. Oh, one day at a time. All about your approach, your game plan, and your system. This isn't a get rich quick scheme. I think I'm gonna jump off here, guys. Pretty much done for the day. Everything's pulling back and dead right now. It's dead lunch hours. We'll see if anything pops off power hour. I'll keep my charts up and going in the background. I'm gonna step out for lunch. Secure those profits if you have them, guys. Have that mindset. You want to live to trade another day? Don't let one trade take you out, as I always say. One trade at a time, one day at a time. If you're struggling right now and you're finding it difficult and you're on the edge, you don't know if you want to continue or if you should just give up, hang in there. I'll repeat, just do not quit. Keep going. It'll start clicking one day. Everybody just has that time. Everybody's different. Some people can pick it up in a year. Some people, it may take 2 years. It may even take you 3 years to pick it up. So during that time, stack money. Just accept the process and learn this. That's why so many people fail. They just give up. They just want to start making money now. Yep. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Guys, be safe out there. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.